Hello everyone. Let me thank you all for supporting our initiative on understanding the Hindu newspaper in just less than 25 minutes. We, through our channel, Simply Ignited UPSC and BPSC, will always try to bring such initiatives to help the aspirant who writes their own destiny and had always, ever, only chosen to be the best. But before we move further, let me remind you that please like, share and subscribe our video and spread this work to your friends, family and all other. So we begin from analysis of the newspaper for today, that is 11th March, Friday. Now let's see. Since yesterday the election result of the states have been announced. So before beginning the video, let me congratulate all the people who has done this tremendous work of conducting the election and all the public who has gone there and voted for their representatives. And let me congratulate the representatives as well who has won and all those who has taken part in this election, because this is the greatest festival of India that is celebrated across India, and it has all the shades of India. It is our unity in diversity. So, but as far as our exam is concerned, this election news is more a political news, and so it is not very important for our examination point of view. So there was no such news on first page. All the news are related to election. Second page also there is no such news. Third page also there was no such news, and on fourth page there was no such news. On fifth page there is a news that Supreme Court has directed the center to yes directed the center to produce internal file on TV channel. We know that there has been a TV channel in Kerala that has been denied extension on grounds of national security. Now, when the TV channel moved to the Kerala High Court, it has upheld this stance of government, and so the channel moved to Supreme Court. And now Supreme Court has asked the center to produce on what basis, on what rationale that does it had refused to renew the broadcast license of that TV channel. This is related to this only. Now we have to wait and see how the news unfolds. Yes, it is related to very important freedom of speech and expression under Article 19 Part A, Part 1, and government is trying for reasonable restriction or restrictions via Article 19 Part 2. So we have to see that how the balance is strike between the two parties here, and we have to also keep watching that how this story unfolds and how and what are the directions of High Court in this matter, Supreme Court in this matter. And there's another news that NGT has fined two what we say contractors for mining soil from railway project. This is just, we have to know here about just this in NGT, National Green Tribunal, when was established, what is its composition, and all those things that we find in our static books. Okay, so I'm not going to discuss that. Now let's move forward. Russia-Ukraine war blues crisis for Kochi tea auction. We know that India supplies tea to both Russia and Ukraine, and now both are at war. Then what will happen? Net demand for tea has decreased, right, due to money being diverted to war, and hence the impact has been seen on India as well, where the tea auctions, now there have been tea auctions in Kochi which has not been fully sold. Look here, it is written also 39% of commodity remained unsold during gloomy demand. Okay, the demand is gloomy due to war condition and rising prices as well as depreciating rupee. Fine. Now the entire editorial today is full of political news. No need to read it for exam point of view. If you want to just read it for knowledge, you can, but it is irrelevant from exam point of view. Page number 8 same, irrelevant from exam point of view. 9 same, 10 also same. Now let's see 11. This may have something. Yes, there was a news that India and Japan exercise concluded. We know that India and Japan together do Dharma Guardian exercise, which is an army exercise which is held bilaterally. Fine. This is important for both UPSC and BPSC, especially prelims, right? So it has been concluded. That's what we have to know, that Dharma Guardian is done between two parties, India and Japan. Fine, and it is a military exercise. There was a news that Indian missile breached airspace in Pakistan. Let's see how. We don't even know that is it a correct news or just it is a real news or just a fake news for a kind of information warfare against India, because we know that Pakistan is using information as a warfare against the innocent public of India. So we have to see how this news unfolds, and then we can talk about it. What are the relevant international laws regarding breach of airspace and all those things? But let it unfold. Just remember that this is there. Now CGI has said that fewer women have been made judges of High Court. This is really a problematic situation, because women are about 50% of our population, and we don't and there is, just look here, and there is very few judges, few female judges in country. Okay, High Court, of course, of the country. This shows what? This shows skewed. This shows what? Skewed judge ratio with respect to gender. Fine. And what are the problems that women judges face? Lack of said that harassment, lack of respect from member of bar and bench. Bar is advocate association and bench is judges association, right? Silencing of their opinion, have traumatized women in legal profession, right? So these are the problems that women in legal profession face. If we have a question in GS1, GS2, right, or GS4, especially in these, then these points are relevant. Fine. Now let's move forward. There was no news, only Russia Ukraine every day. If you want to know about how this war is progressing, it's up to you, but as far as UPSC is concerned, it is of no significance. Yes, the result, the final result, what treaties will be signed and what were the conditions, who broke the peace between the nations and all those things will hold its relevance, but right now it is, these things are irrelevant. Let the news unfold more and then we can talk about it. Now the world calls for maritime cooperation. Now there has been a cooperation between there is a Colombo Security Dialogue, right? Okay, here it is. Colombo Security Conclave. Okay, this conclave is held. It was initially held between three parties. They were, this is a good color. They were India, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. Okay, and now it has been extended to four. India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Mauritius. Okay, so these four are there, and this is a cooperation Colombo Security Conclave. Fine. And it has concluded in Maldives. This is what you need to know from this one, and what are the how cooperations are being done in these things, right? In look, we have together in tackling narcotics, trafficking, organized crime, and mitigating threats posed by maritime accidents. Okay, so these are the things. Fine, that is important here. There is nothing much. Everything else is okay. Inflation may stay below 6% even if oil averages to $100. Now let me make the point clear. Why 6% mark? Why not something else? Because MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, has fixed inflation target to 4 plus minus 2%. That is 2% to 6%. This is our inflation band. Okay, and for this inflation band, what is happening is war has led to two things: depreciation of rupees, and second thing is dearer oil and other commodities in international market. Okay, now this thing has been there. Now what happens is due to this we are this, and these things will lead to what? Inflation in India. Okay, rupees inflation actually. Okay, so but Brazil is saying that even if oil averages $100 per barrel, then also our inflation will remain below 6%, and rising prices remain an elevated risk to growth. Okay, as consumption is still subdued. Consumption is still subdued in India, and price that is rising at inflation remains a elevated risk. It is just saying that we have to understand that even if oil prices are on a rise, still there is a possibility that as per Crystal believes that the inflation will remain below 6%, and the main driver to this would be this one. It is real, but rising prices remain an elevated risk to growth, especially as private consumption remains subdued. Rating from Crystal said means since consumption remains low, it will pull back inflation. Hence, inflation may remain under 6% band, right? This is what it is saying. Private consumption is subdued or it is still low. Done. Now let's see anything else is there. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Nothing else here. Now in sports, just keep a watch that our female cricket team okay, it lost to New Zealand, but it won against Pakistan as well in the last match. Okay, so we have to just see that who wins the World Cup, what is the format of this World Cup, which number is this World Cup, right? These are things, the facts, little facts about sports, because last year in 2021 there was a question on sports. Fine, these are all not very relevant news. This is also not very relevant. Yes, there are two news on this text and context page, and these are very important. It is saying, can Donbas republics, which are those two republics? Luhansk and Donetsk. Right, these are two republics. Can they work as a buffer zone, as the states as the buffer zone, like Abkhazia, South Ossetia, Ossetia, and this one there was one more, yes, Transnistria. These two have been seen as a buffer zone as far as Russian neighbors are concerned, right? The gist is more or less showing what it should be showing. Okay, South Ossetia and Abkhazia broke away from Georgia, so they two belong to Georgia, and Transnistria belong to Moldova. However, all these territories have Russia as their patron state. Okay, they cannot survive without Russia economic, political, and military support. And what is this para state or de facto state? What is this? Right? What are they? We don't even know. We don't notice. So let's see. De facto or para states are these are territories which have internal but not external sovereignty. That they are not de jure state and are not recognized by global community. Means these states have only internal sovereignty. They do not have external sovereignty and they are not recognized by global community. Fine. This is the definition. Now, Abkhazia and South Ossetia are recognized by Russia and some of its allies. Transnistria, however, is not recognized as an independent state even by Russia. But these three regions recognize each other and have their own government, parliament, armed forces, constitution, flag, and anthem. So, what are these things? These are internal sovereignty. Okay, these are the internal sovereignty determinants, kind of thing, minants in NTS, right? But they are not recognized. This is external sovereignty determinants. Okay, now let me also make it clear that, see, this is Ukraine. Okay, no, not like this. This is Ukraine, something like this. This is Russia. This is also this is Russia, right? This is Crimea. Now, which is the Donbas region? This is your Donbas coalfields. So Donbas is the coalfields. Okay, this is the Donbas coalfield region. Fine. And now the two states that are right now in news is these two are Donetsk and Luhansk. Okay. Do not go on the spelling. Maybe I may be wrong. Luhansk. Okay. Right. Okay, so these are two of the states which are actually disturbed, which have been recognized by Russia in the early weeks of in February, and now Russia is and now Russia has then after that it has invaded Ukraine from all the fronts. And here is your other ally of Russia, Belarus. From here also Russia is attacking Ukraine. Right? So these are the things that we should know from this article. There is nothing much new. Now from here, how does this de facto state come into account? This is about the system. If you want, you can read them. What are Russia's relation with them? Russia is the patron state as it was written there. Can they become model for Donbas Republic? As for now, in short term, they may, but long term needs more sustainable solutions. Right? This is what it is. The only problem it will lead to what? Russia being hegemon in the region. It will lead to this only. But the only question is how would Russia subside to them given the Western sanctions? Now, how would the way Russia handles Western sanctions will decide fate of these territories and Ukraine. Okay, along with Europe and world at large. Fine. Now we move to the last one. There is a we know about the newest crater on the moon. There has been a crater created on moon. Why? Due to hitting of a man-made object. Fine. What was this object? This was piece of Chinese spaceship rocket. Okay. Now there is one more thing that it has been on the far side of the moon. Okay, on the far side of the moon. Why? What is far side? Look, we know that Earth and moon are locked to each other, right? Maybe locked to each other. Wait. Yes, now it is correct. Now let me make it very simple diagram. Okay, Earth and moon are locked to each other. Means this face of moon always remains in front of Earth. So this is known as near face, visible face, and this is known as far side, invisible face, dark face, etc. Right? So this is what we need to know, that moon's rotation is log to Earth's rotation in a way that this near face or visual face is always pointing towards the Earth and the other side is always pointing away from the Earth. So the crater has impacted where? Crater has impacted on this side, right? The crater has been formed on this side due to impact of a man-made object. And is this crater permanent? Yes, on Moon it is relatively permanent than Earth, because on Moon there are no erosion, tectonics, and volcanism. Okay, look at this paragraph, you will get the feelings of it. An absence of atmosphere means there is no wind system and no weather on Moon, and hence no cause for erosion of existing crater. Absence of tectonic plates on Moon's surface are formed from forming new rocks or causing a shift in existing surface pattern, unlike that on Earth. Lastly, absence of volcanism makes it impossible for crater to be covered. Now we know that volcano do what? If there is a crater here, volcanic eruption will lead to settling of lava here, and lava will turn into igneous rock, which will later become something. Okay, and the other thing is what? No wind system. You know what wind does? Wind can lead to erosion, right? And this would lead to settling of on irregularities on Earth's face, right? And the last thing is, there was one more thing, tectonics. What do tectonics do? Plates, what do they do? They create features in general, not necessarily always, right? And the last page is irrelevant, it is related to movies. That is till now not asked in exam, we don't know, maybe asked, it may not be, but the thing is that it will not. So this was the today's analysis. I thank you all for being patient and understanding this analysis. Your content are very, your comments are very important to us, so please comment what you liked in it, what you don't like in it, and tell us how we can uh, make it more useful for you. Tell us your doubt, we'll try our best to solve it within very less time. Thank you all, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our channel to all those who needs it. You are our representative, you are our flag bearer, and we want you to help us to make this initiative available to all. Thank you.